Okay,
I'm Tana Heaton. I am from Gardner-Webb University, and
Nice
we're
to meet you, girls.
nice to meet you too. I don't think I've ever met you before.
I'm gonna hand up some of these pamphlets.
And I'm here.
There
I'm
you
going
go.
to talk about fall prevention, and we're going to give out some pamphlets. Jessica's going to give out some pamphlets about fall prevention. But does everybody know what a fall is? By definition, it's a descent by the force of gravity, and gravity we know is our enemy.
Pulls you down.
Gravity pulls you down, pulls everything down. That's right. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related visits to the emergency department in the United States for accidental deaths in person over 65. The death rate for falls increased dramatically for 70% of accidental deaths in persons over 75. Now, as we age, we kind of tend to lose our balance. And if you start to fall, that can be an indicator that your health has changed in some way, shape, or form. So one accidental fall is one thing. If you're having multiple falls, you would be smart to go to your primary care physician and get checked out to make sure there's something going on. It can be medicines, your electrolytes are off, different things like that. 90% of hip fractures occur as a result of falls in persons over 70 years of age. And 1/3 of elderly persons fall each year. 1/3 of elderly persons fall each year. That's a high risk, a high number, percentage. Determining factors that increase fall risk. Decrease in balance. As we age, we have a decrease in balance. Why do we have a decrease in balance? We have a decrease in muscle mass. Our muscle mass decreases, and we have a hard time balancing. Sometimes it has a medication. Sometimes medications can cause you to have a problem balancing. So this place here has some great programs that work on balance and muscle strengthening. I have been incredibly impressed with all that they work on, and it's good to get involved in those programs because it'll help you with your balance. I was actually having some issues with balance, and that Seniors in Motion was very helpful, very helpful. I do some of those exercises at home still. Another thing you want to be aware of is getting up too quickly. Naturally, when you sit for any period of time or lay for any period of time, our blood pools, and when you stand up too quickly, we kind of get a little lightheaded. As we age, that's an issue, or if we're taking certain medications, that's increased. So when you sit up from a lying position, you want to sit there just a little bit before you decide to stand. So sit there, make sure the wooziness goes away. If you stand and you're getting woozy, it's helpful to kind of grab a hold of something when you stand up, try to get your balance before you start to walk. Just like you said, when you stood up to go, you probably stood up all in one motion, and you kind of went forward, and everything just kind of kept going forward. If you stand just straight up, kind of wait a minute, and then take that step, that tends to help you with that process. But once it starts, it's hard to stop.
I can verify that. No, seriously, I got a problem. I talked to my doctor about that. I'd get up on the side of the bed and just get right up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I get dizzy, and after I drive, I get out of my car.
And you get
I'm
dizzy.
like,
That's called
Yes,
that's called orthostatic hypotension. It's very common in all of us, and it's increased as we age, and it's increased with medicines. Certain medicines can cause that. Blood pressure medicines. There we go. So it's very important to take your time.
it did start about the time I went on blood pressure medicine about 2 years ago.
It's a change in position from here to there. So something to be very aware of. So like you said, it's hard to prevent falls, but you can try to do things to prevent them. Okay, another thing, like we said, taking multiple medications. Medicines for anxiety, pain medicines, all these things increase your risk of falls. So you want to be very careful, take your time, and be very aware if you're taking any of those medicines. Poor eyesight, not being able to see well, that increases your risk for falls. So in our houses, you want to think about not moving things very much, because our mind remembers where objects are. Even in the middle of the night, you know that when you're half awake, the sink's here and the toilet's here. If you move too much, your memory is affected and you don't realize, and you may trip over things. Parkinson's, arthritis, blood pressure problems, heart problems all affect and increase your risk for falls. Now, does anybody here take any multi-medicines or? Exactly. So you have increased your risk of falls tremendously. There we go. And just aging increases our risk of falls. So what are we going to do to prevent that? Like I said, don't move your furniture very much. Another thing is make sure you have clear pathways to the bathroom, to the kitchen, and going in and out of doorways. You want to make sure that your rugs are extremely dangerous, extremely dangerous. So the little throw rugs that we just throw down, they slide when we step on them, okay? Or when we go to walk over them, they flip up and we trip. So if you're going to have rugs, because we have some of the big rugs, if you're going to have rugs, you want to make sure you get some of the double-sided tape and tape them down. Even that little step can cause a fall, though. So it's good not to have rugs if possible, okay? Clutter-free. Some other things, we want to make sure that we have handrails when we need them, when we're going up and down stairs. When you're going upstairs, a good little thing to remember, and I know somebody from the Joint Academy will remember this. If you have one leg that hurts worse than the other, you want to go up with your good leg and down with your bad, holding on to the rails. And there you go. Up with the good. Good goes to heaven, down goes to bad. Okay, that's how I remember it. Okay? And it does help. It does help. Come on in and have a seat. And the other big thing is using lights. Lights at night, leave a kitchen light on at night, leave your bathroom light on. You want to make sure that you have lights available so that when you get up in the middle of the night and you're a little disoriented, it'll help you kind of focus. Okay. Also, things that we wear, things that we do. Non-slip, properly fitting shoes. You never want to walk around the house in sock feet. Sock feet are dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Make sure you have slippers that stay on your feet that, some of my slippers slide off my feet and cause more problems than good. Slippers that stay on your feet, use rubber-soled shoes, and you want to use those gripper socks. Those are fabulous at night when you're at home. You want to wear clothes that fit properly. My daughter wants to wear these long pajama pants that she steps on, and she trips all the time. I don't know why she wants to do that. We want to make sure our clothes fit properly so that we don't step on things. Make sure you ask for help. That is very important, to ask for help when you need it. All of us are very independent, I'm sure. I'm sorry, sir. The camera's right there. I apologize.
That's all right.
And when you're getting things out of reach, you want to make sure you use a step stool. That's very important. And you want a step stool that has the rubber stoppers on it so that it won't slide out from underneath. Don't use a chair. A chair's not a good thing to use, which is what I use sometimes. And I shouldn't, but a chair's not a good thing to use.
I fell out of one.
Did you fall out of one? Getting up, trying to reach
My
something?
ribs.
Ooh.
Oh, see.
Don't use wheelchairs like the computers and stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I done.
It'll slide right out from underneath
did
you.
that too.
Did you do that too?
Slid right out from under me, and I fell flat my butt on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Bless you. You broke it. That was what we were just talking about, broken hips. Yes, that is very dangerous. Now, I do want you to realize that you have tons of things here. This is an incredible place. I have been so impressed by all the exercising programs and the balancing programs. So try to utilize those, the Zumbas. Also, there's a lot of churches. One church, Elizabeth, they're just talking a little bit. Elizabeth Baptist Church has a handyman ministry where they will come out and install things like handicap rails and ramps. They come and build all kinds of ramps for the house. And I know other churches have that in the area. And there's also some websites on the pamphlet that I gave you on the very back that you can go there and you can find out if there's any more in your area. Okay? Now, is there any questions about fall prevention?
I've learnt my lesson.
You've learned your lesson. It's very dangerous and it's very easy to fall. It is. Where's my little fella that had all the questions for me? Oh, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Well, I appreciate you listening to me today and letting me talk about this. Thank you very, very much. If you have any questions, I'm gonna be here. Jessica's fixing to do her stroke awareness talk.
We just need to slow down and pay attention to what we're doing.
That's the huge thing. You're exactly right. Don't get in a hurry. You know, don't get in a hurry. Take your time. Be aware of your surroundings. And that's a big thing. And don't climb up in chairs. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
She was sitting in it.
She was sitting.
That was the roller one.